Hi, Mud. This is my cheat sheet for Friday, January 20th. Certainly a lot that's going on over the course of the last week. First, let's take a look at Apple. As I had foreshadowed, we did see Apple make a huge announcement with regard to education yesterday. They are calling it a learning revolution. This was part of Steve Jobs' vision for education in this country, to bring information to kids the way that they tend to learn and take in information on their own these days, oftentimes through electronic devices in interactive fashion and socially. So the iBooks 2 product that Apple is putting out there, they hope is going to be in every classroom, K through 12, and they're working on some tools for higher education as well, would literally bring education to life. Yeah, you'll need to have a tablet, presumably an iPad too. And here's where the rubber meets the road. It'll be interesting to see if they can make it cost-effective enough to bring these new products that will have interactive textbooks in the classroom, which I do think would greatly help kids' willingness and overall retention of educational material. And it certainly would, I think, create a lot more excitement than, hey, turn to page 30 and answer the questions at the end of that chapter. Just saying. All right. President Obama's current re-election odds. We do this every Friday, and so this is a formula that takes the overall approval rating of an incumbent president running for re-election, and we take a look at how far away we are from the election. 1 week's gone by, and really not much has changed. Last week, we had President Obama with a 46% overall approval rating and the running average of the polls, and this morning, same thing, still 46%. And so overall, President Obama's current re-election odds are still in the neighborhood of about 56%. So all things being equal, the president is still most likely a little bit ahead of the curve here as we start heading down what will end up being very quick run of primaries here on the GOP side once we get past South Carolina tomorrow. And speaking of the GOP side, holy cow. If ever there's a reason, for some time, and I actually see people reporting the real clear average of the polls now, which is good, because that's what you need to be looking at. You'll get people that for their own purposes will say one poll, and, well, according to a poll, it says this. Well, yesterday, depending upon the poll you looked at, Mitt Romney was somewhere between a double-digit lead over Newt Gingrich and losing by about 5 points. There are polls, 6 different polls released yesterday, and every one of them was different. And that was the spread. One had Newt as high as 5 up, one had Romney as high as 10 up. When you put them all together, here's what we've got heading into South Carolina as of Friday morning. Mitt Romney, 32%. Newt Gingrich, 31%. So you average all the 6 recent polls from yesterday together, and there is a 1-point spread. Another strong debate performance last night, in my opinion, from Newt Gingrich. At the same time, his second wife came out and said some not-so-flattering things about him. What does it all mean? Tomorrow should be an exciting day, no doubt, for the GOP primary. And then you add into the mix that during the course of the last week, we've lost Jon Huntsman, we've lost Rick Perry, and oh yeah, guess this, Rick Santorum actually won Iowa. Who knew? Or at least for the votes we were able to count. That's a whole different story, making us look a lot better in Florida. I also have some stories on my physical cheat sheet I want you to check out about the degrees that are the least impactful, we'll call them, and also real effective tax rates after deductions for all income levels. That's all the physical cheat sheet today. Enjoy your weekend. See you Monday.